It's the 13th of March, and just gonna walk through some charts here. Tomorrow I guess will probably be pretty light too. It'll probably be some swinging, but it will probably end up, pretty much either where we open or at the high of the day. That seems to be what the algos are doing. But I want to take a step back and just look at the charts here, and this is from a daily standpoint, and these are my trend dots, and they're basically saying that we're still technically in a bullish move, but we're extremely overbought, and the money flow here is consolidating, but the momentum has picked up again. So this area here represented a move almost to the R1 pivot for the year, which is a pretty strong pivot. What was the high here? 240.32, I think 240.90. So it may try to reach there this week. This week's supposed to be a bullish week. There's no sense in shorting this market right now because nothing's breaking on it, and as you could tell, if you short it, we're just getting chopped up when we do it. So, at this point, the way I'm playing SPY is that I'd be writing credit spreads whenever this gets overbought again. I've switched to IWM because it's behaving a little bit more normally. I'm staying away from SPY until after the meeting. The fourth week of March is typically pretty bearish, and we go into 6 weeks without buybacks. So we'll see if that has any impact whatsoever on these on this pair trade algorithm that's going on. But right now, that's where SPY is really in nowhere land. I would love for this to break up and then come back down, so I could be able to take a short on it. And I think what I will do, my strategy will be to, I think I'm just going to buy a June put contract on the ES, and then I'll trade everything from the long side, like with XIV and things of that nature, to just so I don't miss a huge move down one night, because I think that's what's going to happen. We're just going to wake up one day and go, wow. But until that breaks, I'm just going to keep grinding this thing until it does. And then speaking of IWM, is that, that's behaving more normally. And what I did today was I actually bought sold a put spread for Friday on it, a little more aggressive, 135, 133. But I have a lot of 140. I have a lot of 140 and 142, 141, 143s for Friday on the call side. So a little bit of a hedge. If it breaks, obviously the 135.50 areas where I'm looking at, I'll just close that trade. But I got quite a bit of premium out of it that I hopefully I'll be able just to close it before the meeting on Wednesday. And so, but IWM it looks like it's going to probably try to come back up and touch this channel. Everything's lining up on IWM to move higher. Money flow's turning over, momentum's leading it. We broke above the pivot today, and so we'll just have to see if we just keep grinding higher. You got gold, where it just came down off a big trade. Momentum is pushed up, but money flow hasn't confirmed it yet, and we're above the pivot. But the trend dots are saying, hey, it could just be a consolidated move. So we'll have to see. What gets me nervous here is that you got a shoulder here, got a massive head. We push back up again into this area here, and roll back over again. You're talking a 120 to 114 6-point move. Neckline's here. Not even 6-point, 10-point move. You're looking at a potential 105 for GLD. So just be careful on gold. Natural gas, I think it's taking a bit of a breather today, but filled that gap, blasted right through it on Friday, and money flow's still good, momentum's still good, and broke below the pivot for today. Well, we'll just sit to see because the volume was pretty light. Tomorrow's going to be light again, but the weather's staying cold, so I'm still looking for this thing to push back above 8. May need to drift a little bit first and then push up higher. We'll have to just wait and see. And then the ags just got crushed again, and I will I'll buy these on washouts. The thing is that you have to bear in mind is that food can only get so cheap on these things. So before farmers just stop producing it or can't produce it. So just going to keep taking my shots here when I can, when I think it's washed out, and ride it back up. It's just been an amazing for me, and it's probably my biggest disappointment is that the markets are so easily, the futures markets are so easy to push the pricing down on this. So, but we'll have to wait and see. And see if there's anything else I want to show you. Oh yeah, our good old friend VIX. As long as they keep chopping it, has to do one thing or the other. In this range between 11 and 13, it's just like it's a sweet spot for them to run this contango trade, and you're just crazy to try to short until it either commits one way or the other. They just have this thing on. Look at this thing. It's just on autopilot, and it broke the wedge. It came back into the wedge. It came out again. Broke it down again, and it's not going to do anything until it breaks out of this consolidated range, which is around 13. So until then, we're banging our heads against the wall shorting it. So we'll have to wait and see. And then XIV is just a machine, and it was again today. And, we created a signal, and we're testing it right now. It looks really good. So, I've been calling them out. But I need to automate it. I'm just getting too busy to just watch every little move on every little thing. So I went ahead and took a next level here, so it actually comes out to me and says, "Hey, I got a signal here for you to alert me, and also just to put it into your hands and say, hey, here's the signal. It's right on the chart." So we're in the process of looking at if Thinkorswim will let us put it out there, behind a paywall, or we know we can do it in Ninja, and so I'm just keeping an eye on how I can get this thing out to you, because it's just been a machine. Just almost every day we're making money on it. Even days that, like Thursday, Friday last week, when the market wasn't that good, we made money on XIV, and that's the beauty of the signal. It allows you to catch some of these intratrade moves. And today would have been another buck, almost 1.5%. And so even when the market starts to go bad, it'll still provide some good trades, as traders have to close out their hedge positions. It may not be every day when the market's going down, but it'll certainly be a couple of days during the week where you can make a lot of money catching when the hedgers are reducing their short positions. So anyway, keep an eye on that. We'll have more about that, but it'll be in our advanced ETF room, and you'll make a lot of money trading it, and along with the credit spreads. And with that, I think I'll sign off, and we'll see what tomorrow brings, and we'll just take it a day at a time here. It's too hard to get excited about looking at any individual stocks because everything keeps getting chopped, and so the market needs to make a break one way or the other here so that we could we can make some decent money. If not, we just got to keep focusing on credit spreads and XIV until it does. Anyway, Bob from Trade Genius signing off. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.